Hello and welcome everyone back to Indian Racing League. This is Division 1 and we are in a very bright and sunny Japan, which is not something which we would say last night when the Division 2 race was all cloudy and intermediate conditions throughout. And joining me in the comms box tonight as last week is someone who is getting a very good habit of getting podiums after podiums every race and also won that race in Zandvoort, I remember. And the tire whisperer, our very own Smith Shah. Smith, how are you doing tonight?
Hey Malav, doing good. Thanks for the intro. Yep, I am kind of liking the new wheel that I bought, so I think it's kind of helping me. But here we are at Japan. Good luck to these guys. It's all dry, so that way these guys would definitely keep on track. And I hope we don't see that many safety cars like we did yesterday.
Yeah,
And but if we look at the current points table, it's really close between Hushrav and Vifix. Hushrav, after winning the race at Singapore the last round, that did give him a boost. And Vifix, though he had a bad race last time, but he did finish in P4, if I'm not wrong. So that did, kind of kept him alive, and he is still leading the championship
yeah, he
in
is.
D1.
Yes, he is leading the championship by 8 points. The gap was 17 before Singapore. And Ahif has retired outside. I think that's in the pit lane, probably serving a collie ban or accompanying Azun at the back of the grid. But yes, championship is very close. And Vfix has a very good chance tonight. So does Caesar, by the way, both Alpha Tauris. Hushrav is
Yep.
not racing tonight, Smith. So
Oh,
yes, if you see the Ferraris are Vyom, who has now, oh my god, Yash Kosale just completely obliterated that bollard. So now no one has to look at it and he's back in the pits. So let's see what Redstone can do as he just started a lap. I think he will soon enough. But yes, Hushrav is not racing tonight. So that's a very good chance for VFX and Caesar to get some points on him. And let's see what they can do. And yes, of course, on the constructors as well, Alpha Tauri very strong position, 98 points clear of
wow.
McLaren in P2. So that's a very healthy lead. So that's going to be very key as well tonight, as we have a few viewers in the comment section. Hello Suraj, hello Stuart, how are you guys doing? And no, Suraj, I have not forgiven you for what you said about me in last night's stream. So that will sort it out later on. Shadow Sword is on an outlap. A lot of
Yeah, I'm
people.
on board with Redstone, who has already started, and he is at the hairpin, and he has some traffic ahead. I think these guys are still on their outlap, and he had to slow down. Oh my god, I don't know what
Uh,
happened there.
there was a Haas.
Very unfortunate.
Yep, that was a Haas. And yeah, I'm not sure. Can you see someone who's actually on a lap? I think Kimi might be on one.
Vyom
Speaking of the
also
Haas's.
is on a hot lap. We can't, of course, forget this guy. He is really quick. He has been unlucky with penalties and warnings, but apart from that, we have seen he has the pace. So he is just about to finish the. Okay, now he finishes the second sector as he approaches the final 2-3 corners. So let's see how he takes it. He just clips. Oh, lovely. What an exit he gets from there. And he, okay, sticks it to the outside and not the inside. And that puts 130.5.
Wow,
So,
that's
yep, a decent banker by Vyom. Definitely he's going to improve there.
yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
quite a marker from Vyom. So 30.5 is the time, which is immediately beaten by Epic Brothers with a 30.2. I
Yep.
expect us to be in mid 28s maybe tonight for the pole position. What do you reckon, Smith?
I think lower 28 is possible because I was doing some practice with Vifix and he was putting some really amazing laps. So I know for sure that he has that pace in quali. He has that setup ready for the quali. But let's see how he does in the race, because if he's going to carry the same setup, I feel if he's confident with it, then he would do good. But apart from that, I personally wasn't able to carry on with that setup. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. Bharat has, by the way, popped up into P2. It's just quicker than Vyom. And spectating Noobshan right now, who, if time trial is to be believed, is really quick around here. He does enjoy this track. I remember he got a podium way back in season 2. So let's see what he can do. Enes Ferrari is stepping in for Hushraf and his teammates with his best friend Vyom tonight. Remember, both of them had an
Yeah.
incident here a couple of seasons back. All right, so Noobshan
Oh,
is he slowing down there? I think he slowed down a little bit.
and Ethan breaks the 129 barrier and he goes 129 and a half. So that's a good lap by
Wow,
Ethan.
that's quite a margin between P1 and P2. Noobshan goes P2 with a 30.0, and let me see what VFix is up to, because
Yep.
I don't
VFix
think
is just
his
about to finish in
yeah,
sector 2 again
it's approaching
on the back straight.
130R, and
Yeah,
VFX is
I do see sector 1 and sector 2 purple for him. So definitely he's
this
putting
is
some amazing lap there as he approaches the final turn, keeps it on the inside line. DRS wide open and he goes P1 with 129.2. So, yep.
129.2 with Miley's teammate. Caesar is also on a lap and has just exited the spoon corner, and, avoids the outside curve there. Probably thinks it's going to unsettle his car. And Caesar had real unfortune in the last race in Singapore. He did not finish his qualifying well and then spun under the safety car, and a whole lot
You
of
were going to give
issues.
him a ban.
I was really pissed at him. That's
Oh,
not, and as I just say that, I think he
speaking about
messed up.
being unlucky.
That final corner goes P12. That's not representative at all as far as Caesar is concerned. Jishnu
Correct.
is on a lap. Jishnu across the line with a P5 with a 30.2. So Noobshan is the cat among the pigeons. Both Red Bull boys doing really well. Remember, they got a 1-2 in Jeddah, Smith, a couple of races back. I'm not sure if it was you or was it Suraj with whom I was commentating, but that was a hell of a race between the two of them. All right, so I think the first runs are done. 10 minutes still left in the session, and next time when someone in the top 5 or 6 is on a lap, Smith, let's go on board with them throughout the whole hot lap and see what kind of lines they're taking. Your thoughts about this circuit, Smith? How do you like this circuit?
I absolutely love this circuit. I mean, though sector 1 is a bit difficult, but being on a wheel, it is so flowy. That is where the car comes alive, and then you go into sector 2. Hairpin is a bit difficult for me, but apart from that, wow, I absolutely just love this circuit.
Absolutely, I echo your point, and I think Tanish might be going on another run. We'll keep an eye out on him. But yeah, this is hands down my favorite circuit on the calendar. The kind of satisfaction you get when you get those corners right, as I did not last night, Smith. The first couple of corners, you know that all too well. But yeah, what a track this is, especially that first sector, and even the corners like Spoon, and also it's a mix of all the tractors. It's difficult to overtake around here. Let's not,
Yeah.
lie about that. It is difficult to overtake, but it's still a fun circuit to drive on when you get the lap all hooked up. Tanishk, if the lap times are to be believed, has gone purple in the first sector by just some margin, and this is on a used set of tires, so he's getting good purchase out of them. Let's see if those tires are still alive towards the end of the lap, and see if there's an improvement in his lap time from his current P6. URL Ethan is on a hot outlap, Smith. So the next time when he is approaching the final corner, let's go on board with him. I don't think we have ever gone on board with him. Usually it is VFX, Hoshrav,
Yep.
Caesar, and sometimes Epic Brothers with whom we go on board with. So Ethan has
Correct.
proved himself to be someone who's always among those top 5. Very good qualifier. So let's go on board with him and see how he takes this track. I think TBK lost some time in the middle sector. He might be
Middle
pitting.
sector, right?
And yeah, that's exactly
And
what
he
it does.
Yep.
All right, so TBK in the pits. Shadow Sword is not.
Just on board with Redstone, I think. Okay, he's about to start his lap. Never mind.
think-
Easy level bot on. I think he's about to complete. So let me just be quickly on
No,
board with
it's
him.
not
No,
about
no,
to
I don't
complete.
think
He might
so.
be just starting a lap. All right, your
Yeah.
Ethan is about to start his hot lap. I'm on board with him. Smith, oh my god, he completely butchers 130 R. Not sure why he felt the need to go onto the grass there, but Smith, all yours for this hot lap.
Yep, as he approaches the final corner, and I think quickly he goes up on 7th gear, DRS wide open, now on 8th gear on the main straight. As he approaches the first corner, again, very difficult for Malav there, and he quickly decelerates and downshifts onto 4th and now onto 5th. nicely. His car definitely looks planted. Did have to lift a bit over there, so maybe not as planted as I was thinking earlier. So let's see. His sector one, I think he could improve there a bit because he kind of struggled there. But let's see. That is showing purple. I hope it is not glitched. I mean, it shows purple for everybody. So yeah, as he approaches the hairpin, brakes it, keeps it into third gear, accelerates up quickly, and keeps it on the inside line. I believe this is a spoon corner, Malav,
Yeah, that's the
as
soon.
he takes a bit of curb over there and right onto sixth gear on the back straight. And again, I believe the game will show purple sector 2 for him as well. Yes, it does.
Right on
And
cue.
he is up by marginally up by 600 of a second. So it's gonna all come down to what he does in this final sector, because it is a bit tricky to get your traction here. He sticks it to the inside again with DRS wide open, and he does improve very marginally. So not that good of a lap that he might be wishing for, but I think he has enough time for another run. So let's
Yeah,
see.
he definitely does. And Noobshan is about to complete his lap, sticks to the inside line. And is that an improvement? Oh my god, look at that. Noobshan, 29.4.
Nubshan.
Just
Wow, what a lap.
less than 2 tenths of
Yep.
VFX. That's his pace. And I think we were quite right to hype him up there. He is mega quick here. And look who's in
He
the
is.
chat, Smith, our long lost friend.
Oxidize most to P. Wow.
Wow,
Oh,
Oxidized
Vifix
Riz.
breaks that 128 barrier as we speak. So,
Yep, better to
and Basil spins. He was on a lovely lap. Very unfortunate. I think he's gonna do a cooldown lap right now.
Yeah, I think he's plenty of time to even come back in the pits if he wants a change of tires. What is Shadow Sword up to? Shadow Sword has. Oh, Caesar is on a lap, and let's see what Caesar can do here. He's being. Oh my god, that's an invalidation. I mean, not invalidation, that's an impeding of an hot lap I'm witnessing here. And
I
I'm
think
not.
he's not on a hot lap because his time shows 130 already.
Yeah, that's not
So
on a hot lap.
yeah,
But this is
is he
going to
recharging
be.
his battery? Because on board, like on his wheel, it shows his battery is around 60-70%. So
I'm not
So
sure what
let's
he's
see.
gonna do now, because if he's gonna pit, then it's fine. But he's too close to the car in front, and yes, there he goes.
keep it. Yep.
Is in the pits. Let's see who else. The TBK is on a lap. I don't think he's gonna improve on those lines.
I
Oxidized, but
think
yes,
we missed
very good
Jishnu
job.
in all
Oh
that
yeah,
because
completely missed Jishnu. Jishnu up into P2, and Jishnu has shown some tremendous pace in the last few rounds. So
yeah,
let's keep an eye
and
out on him.
yeah, I
Vyom
think
has not.
he's again on a hot lap.
Let's
No,
see.
no,
No,
he's not. He's not.
is down. I think he's that's his in lap, which we're just seeing.
Yep.
Vintage player, nope, not improving. I don't think anyone is improving.
Is
Or
Oxidize starting a new lap or pitting? Okay, he's
no,
gonna be in the
is
pits.
pitting, and yeah, everything.
I
is
think
pit.
everybody is
So
gonna come out
yeah, easy level
very
bot
soon.
on a out lap right now. So I think the only person who will, or he'll be the first person to put his final lap time of the session. But yeah, speaking of this track, we have Racing Gupta in the chat, Smith, and someone who's very familiar with a particular corner on this track. We came together with PSI, and we all learned that you can take 130R flat. Until then, we did not know that the corner was flat out until that incident happened. But either ways, good to see you, Racing Gupta. Hope you're doing fine, and hope you're enjoying this coverage. Not a lot
Yeah,
of
maybe you
viewers
can let
tonight.
us know in the chat why you haven't been online lately.
Yeah,
And
maybe that
Reson
would help.
spins in his outlap at the hairpin. But
Spinning
speaking
that
of
that
which,
that doesn't give me good memories. Spinning on the hairpin, not
spinning
something.
on the hairpin.
Yeah, let's see. Vyom on an outlap as well. Others are still in the pits. I think Easy Level Bot might still be the first person who will actually
Yeah.
complete.
I hope he
the
doesn't
lap.
get any.
Oh yeah, he might get a lot of traffic. You're right.
Yeah.
So there'll be plenty of cars exiting the pits. As you can see just about now, that's a Haas and a couple of Red Bulls are exiting, and I think he'll be fine. There'll be just a couple of cars who will have to get out of his way. But he's able bought
But
down
yeah,
in
now that
P17.
he's out, why not Malav invalidates there?
Well,
Maybe
you
he
just had
wants
to say
to
my name, and there you go, invalidation.
Anton
That's the
one.
commentator's curse. Vyom has started a hot lap as well, and I'm not sure. Wait, when I'm spectating Vyom, why does it show a Red Bull? That's not right.
That's weird, but Vyom hasn't started. He's
Oh yeah,
about
he's
to
just
start, I
starting
believe.
now. He's just starting now. Now I
Yeah.
can spectate him well. And PSI is in the chat as well. PSI, our full-time driver, who denied racing and said he won't race, and then he came onto the party chat looking for a seat, which is the most PSI thing to do. But Vyom has just navigated the first couple of corners. We'll stay with him for the rest of the sector and see how, if he's going to improve on this time. 29.6 needs 2 tenths at least if he wants to, if he wants then increase to the position. And let's see if Vyom is gonna do a good first sector. Obviously, it's pop. Oh my God, he's 3 tenths up. Three
Wow.
and a half
Three and a
tenths up,
half
Vyom.
tenths, yeah.
That is going to be a lap time and a half. And let's then stay with him then, and let's see what his second sector is going to be. There are a few cars in front of him. The first of which he has dispatched. I think that was one of the Alpha Tauris, if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah,
there
that was Caesar.
Vyom. Yeah, all right, that was Caesar. He has 3 more cars. Look at that exit of the spoon section, and they will have to get out of the way very, very quickly. But I think they might just. This I don't have a
hope
good
this
feeling
is not
about this.
Lando Max moment.
This is going to be that, I think, because they are preparing for their hot laps. So,
no! That is
Oh my
Max
God.
Lando moment into two.
I could
so
see it coming from a mile away that that's gonna happen. He did not really lose a lot of time, but that would have definitely
Yeah.
given him a. Oh, look at that, 29.3 from
he
Vyom.
did go. Yeah.
What is Jishnu up to? Meanwhile, Jishnu across the line. Did he improve, or is he think he's starting a
No,
lap?
he's
Never
just
mind.
started. He's just started. It's him and Vifex who has just started their lap. So,
Right.
oh no, wait, Vifex improved. Nah, what? Okay, no, that's my bad, my bad.
Vifex has
It
just
showed
started
Vifex
a lap.
improved by 4
Oh,
tenths,
you're a Ethan
suddenly.
spun.
Oh.
So that's Ethan out of qualifying. Noobshan has spun as well. Everyone seems to be spinning. Vyom is in the gravel. Oh my God! I see both the Ferraris in one place.
Yeah,
Is that
but
what I
I'm
think
on board
it
with
is?
Caesar, and he is 3.5 tenths up on his time. So a good sector 1 for him. Let's see what he
Yeah.
does in sector 2, because he did lose out in sector 2 the last time. In fact, sorry, sector 3, and had
Yeah.
a bit of a wide exit in sector 2.
Yep. Where is
but
Vfix,
it's-
by the way?
Vifex is.
Oh, Vfix has spun as well into the gravel.
Oh, was it because of one of those Red Bulls? Sorry, Ferraris.
Oh my God! What is happening
Or-
on those final runs? Can Caesar be the big winner out of all this, and can Jishnu capitalize maybe?
Yeah,
Caesar
maybe.
across.
But nobody
It's
has
a-
broken that 128 barrier, so he is 4 tenths up on his time.
Yeah.
So
and-
definitely he's putting 129, maybe lower 129 if he gets a good exit here.
Yeah, maybe
Which
that's.
he
Oh, TBK,
does.
by the way, popped up into P2. Front row for TBK.
P2.
Caesar P8.
Caesar P8.
And Noobshan is still.
Noobshot is still spinning.
It's still spinning. Why is he still spinning?
Yeah, I
Vyom-
think it's.
Vyom has popped up into P3, so that is a good lap time from him. Is Bharat going to improve? I don't think he is. So I think that's our grid, Smith. VFix and TBK on the front row, with Vyom and Jishnu on the second row, and then that's Noobshan and the 2 Red Bulls behind. Caesar with a lackluster qualifying, to say the least, in P8. Kimi in P9, and Oxidized Rage are D2 reserve. Very good performance from him in qualifying rounds
Yep.
after top 10.
Yep, this was kind of similar to Japan Q3 today. Max put really good lap, and he himself could have improved on it, and nobody could break it later. So something similar to what Vifix did. He put an
Absolutely,
amazing
but-
lap on his second run, and nobody was able to break that 128 barrier.
Yeah, and I think there were a lot of mistakes as well. So I'm not sure if the track grip suddenly just fell off, or was it just confusion between drivers, because URL Ethan was around, VFX was around, Vyom was around. That was Either ways, that's the qualifying. As Suraj mentioned, that Noobshan was 5 tenths up on his time before he spun on his last run. So that would have been well on the front row for Noobshan, and that would have been something. But either ways, that's the grid for you. As far as the people in the bottom half of the grid are concerned, it's Epic Brothers, Shadow Sword, Bharat, Easy Level Bot, Redstone Dub, Quick Killer, Vintage Player, and then three people
Yeah,
did not set a lap time at all. That's
yeah,
Azun,
that's
Ahif, and
typical
Yash
Azun.
Kosalia. I'm not sure why Yash Kosalia did not set a lap time because he came out of the pits and then he pit and he
Yeah,
retired in the pit. So I'm not sure.
no idea about that.
Does he have a collie ban or or does he just wanted to save his setup or something? I'm not entirely sure. But either ways, he's gonna start last, and let's hope he can make his way up the grid as his teammate Vintage
Yeah.
Player is also behind as because Chip Shima is not. Oh, he had a collie ban. Okay,
Oh,
Yash
okay,
Kosalia.
PSR.
So good on Yash to. Oh, Epic? No, I don't think Epic had a
Epic
collie
Brothers as
ban.
well.
But look at that,
No
Smith.
idea.
It's
Okay.
gonna rain. It's raining right now,
Wow.
and
Maybe this is why we didn't see lower 128 as. Is it because they were
yeah, because
putting.
maybe a wet setup. You're right.
But
Uh,
there is no park for me, so. I mean,
well, I think our drivers have a lot of integrity, so
I doubt. Not everybody is
uh,
a Mala Masi.
either that or they don't believe that the game will allow them to break par for me every race or every lobby, so they were just playing safe.
Yeah. But
But
in all that, I just realized that we don't have Chip Shima who finished P3 last race.
yep, we don't have Chip Shima tonight. He's not racing, unfortunately. That's why we have a different driver in the Alfa Romeo, and that's Quick Killer. But yeah, Chips will be missed, and I hope that the weather also dries up sometime later in the race. A full wet weather race. I know the last race was, I mean, last night's race was
Yeah, if
interesting,
someone in the
but
chats could just let us know what is going to be the weather through the race, that would be lovely. Is it drying up towards the end, or is it going to get heavier, or is it going to stay the same? You never know. But good to see that it's going to be a wet race. Here, maybe we would be able to compare directly
wow.
how D2 did and how D1 would be doing. So, yeah, we had 5 safety cars yesterday,
I think
I
the
believe.
count was six,
Oh,
if I'm
six,
not
okay.
wrong. Yeah, six safety cars. So it's also everyone on those intermediate tires. And if it is going to be a wet race throughout, it should be a standard one stop. But nothing in RL is standard and straightforward, Smith. So expect plenty of drama, especially in the first few laps and in the formation lap, as Vintage Player has been disqualified from the session.
Ah,
But he's the only one to get disqualified. So usually that happens when you are in contact with someone, but it seems like Vintage Player did that all by himself. So that's the predicted race strategy, and look at that, the audacity of the game to predict or to recommend a two-stop strategy is just nuts. But oh
nuts.
my
They should
god,
learn from Sid.
TBK! He just spun on the formation lap, or maybe he did it on purpose. I've seen a lot of drivers do that, by the way, to get
Yeah, why
those
not?
temperature, especially in these conditions
This is
when you
where
lose.
game should introduce damage on formation laps, I
Oh
believe.
yeah, I agree with you, but I think that might be just too harsh on those innocent passengers who get caught up in incidents. But all right, so everyone who's watching on the stream right now, please
And
put your
TBK spins
predictions
again.
in. Oh, does he? Because it seems to be going fine right now for me. Maybe he
Yeah, I
had a
mean,
half
he
spin.
kinda did, yeah.
All right. So yeah, people watching on the stream, let us know. Oh, I got TBK. He's doing it on purpose for sure. Now there's a Red Bull behind as well, but it's really comical to see TBK do those 360s.
But you
Uh,
don't really need that much temperature when it enters condition. I remember yesterday we started
he's
at
doing it again.
yeah, now he's doing it on purpose. It's very much visible. Doing it once, I mean, understandable. You
I think
want
he's
to
gonna
get
do it again.
those
I think he's
tires up.
gonna do it again. I think he's gonna do it again. Oh, he's just attacking.
Yep, that's like he's celebrating. He's doing donuts
Oh
much
my
before the race
god.
is done. So yeah,
Oh my god. Oh
that's
my
typical
god.
TPK for us.
Yeah, and he's just coasting through cars right now. And I think he's gonna do it one more time. Come on,
Bro, just
TPK.
do it again. Just for the stream. Come on.
I don't think he's gonna do it again. I think he's too close. And he does it
Yep, there you
again.
go. for the stream.
This should be the thumbnail of the video. TPK 90 degrees to the track when everyone else is very well behaved. But either ways,
Yeah.
that was a hilarious formation lap. And people
Yeah.
in the chat, let us know what you thought about that, and let us know who you think is going to finish
If
on the
TPK
podium.
retires, disqualifies here, that would be
And there you go. Your prayers have been
That-
answered. But
maybe should have spun and parked there.
we
but,
should
yeah.
see the 5 lights coming onto the screen very soon. SPSI is interested to see whether it pays off. But 5 lights on the grid and lights start, and we're
away we
underway.
go.
What a start
Oh,
from
what a
Vyom.
lovely start by Vifix and Vyom as well. Even Jishnu has a better start than spinning TBK. But okay, I think there's a lot of positions being lost, and I see Kimi already. Oh, that's a safety car. Oh my god.
It's a safety
I
car. And
didn't
Noobshan
even-
has a 5-second penalty along with Ethan for contact.
Alright.
And
I
Caesar
guess it
has
just
gained the
happened.
positions.
At the safety car, so very unfortunate for them.
Yep,
But
but Caesar has
looking at
gained
position
positions.
change, Quick Killer and Yash Gosali are the biggest climbers over here. Meanwhile, Kimi and Epic Brothers are the biggest losers. So
I wonder what happened to Epic, because I saw an Alpine onto the grass on the left hand side for him. So maybe that was him.
Yeah.
And Kimi, I'm not sure what happened. I was not on board with him. I was trying to see the battle for the podium positions between Vyom, TBK, and Jishnu. And Jishnu was almost about to overtake TBK at the exit of turn 2 before the safety car was deployed. So now, again, the race is kind of neutralized. We'll keep an eye out on anyone pitting if they have
on
damage.
TBK, who might have spun there, but he keeps it on track now. I mean, this is not formation lap, so maybe he wants to keep his car on track. So yeah.
Yeah, because if he spins now, he will lose positions and people will not be gracious enough to give them back. All right, let's
But
see what
I
Noobshan does.
see something similar over here. Malav, remember yesterday, every safety car restart, we had a amazing green delta with 7 seconds, 8 seconds.
Yes, I
think
do
it's-
remember that.
It's happening again with everybody because I don't see anyone lifting and going through any of the corners. So
Maybe that's right. And but either ways, I think VFX has just about reached the safety car now. So now they will have to follow the speed. No one in the pits. So there are a couple of people in the pits. It's Epic Brothers and Kimi, the people who
Yeah,
lost
of
so many
course.
places. So there's damage to them as well, and not just a loss of track position. And no front
they
wing for
don't
Kimi.
have front wings for them.
No front wing for Epic, and I think Kimi does not have a front wing either. So they
But
just have to-
if you were someone like Azun or Ahif who did not do any laps, knowing that it's going to be raining in the race, do you think that is a good strat?
to not qualify.
Yeah. Knowing that it's going to be raining in the race.
Well, I won't do
and-
that, but knowing, I mean, not sure about Ahif, but I think Azun has plenty of faith in this division to, for the drivers in the division to crash with each other and make mistakes and get tangled up in incidents. So I'm very sure Azun is still going to finish well within points and maybe within an earshot of podium, considering the
Yeah.
amount of safety cars we have and the amount of incidents we have. So I wouldn't do it because I'm not as skilled as him, as everyone saw last night.
Yeah,
But I can
mean,
understand.
Azun is one of the most consistent, I would say, wheel driver I've seen. Always
Yeah.
qualifies. Never qualifies
qualifies.
and always finishes in points. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to jump on that Azun wagon too much because he'll not let me hear the end of it later on if I praise him too much. But yeah, let's just say he's not a driver that I dislike. I think that's where I'll end my feedback or my perspective on Azun. But right, so I think the safety car will be going around for one more lap at least, and that will allow Epic Brothers and Kimi to catch up. And once they do, hopefully we can get racing again and probably see more safety cars later on in the race, because let's face it, that's going to happen. It's inevitable. But I really hope that it dries out. But looking at the skies, Smith, I don't think it's going to dry out anytime soon. Even the rain has not stopped falling. So
Yeah,
But I
and
really
as per the
hope that.
strat, it does kind of feel that it should be
But I
raiding
don't think the
throughout the
strat
race.
takes it. Oh, Azun is.
Azun in the pits. Okay, shouldn't have. So does he plan to take the tires to the end now?
I mean, what will be it, like 25
He's
laps
losing
without a safety
only
car?
two positions from,
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
three
not a lot of
positions.
positions, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
just the tire life. But I think he might have taken a leaf out of Sid Venkatesh's book last night.
Yep.
And if there are more safety cars later on, he can just continue without pitting. But I think he has saved what 1 or 2 laps of tire wear by pitting right now. So I think it's still a bit too
Yeah, I
early.
mean, yeah, I mean
And,
that's
and
what.
and he did just what half a sector under green flag conditions anyway. So I'm not sure if those inters were worn out anyway. But let's see how it plays out for him. I think the entire wear was higher than what I expected last evening. So maybe that's a factor as well. I'm not sure what kind of setup he's running and what kind of tire wear he's going to face, but should be interesting for him. But mark my words, Smith, by the end of lap 10, he would have already gained a few positions because that's just what happens when people are in front of him. Either ways, approaching the spoon corner now, so once they are on the straight, approaching 130 hour, hopefully we should see the message from race control that the safety car will be in this lap, can go racing again, and this time Vyom directly behind VFX. So VFX will have to be careful. People have not always been very lucky, especially people leading the safety car restarts in AlphaTauri. If I remember, Caesar way back in season 2 lost it on the safety car restart and crashed into the wall, crashed out of the race. Still went on to win the championship. So no harm there, but let's see what VFX does this time around with his safety car restart.
Yep. Not looking in a hurry at all. That's the composure you see from someone who's
TBK
leading.
and Vyom have had a contact, and I hope
And
TBK.
Vifix
Oh, he's all out
goes.
of shape. He's all out of
Yep.
shape. VFX
But Vyom
is
does
close.
get
Vyom
a
is
better
quite
grip.
close, and let's see what Vyom does. I don't think he's gonna go for a move, and he does not. But TBK
And
goes for a
TBK
move.
makes the move because Vyom didn't
Goes
get a
in
good
deep.
entry.
Yep, and
Yeah,
TBK is
and
up into P2.
yeah.
Further behind, I think Noobshan has he gained a position? I'm not sure, but
Nubshan
he's
hasn't. Nubshan hasn't gained any position
oh
because
Caesar.
or now he does.
Oh, and Vyom has lost it. Vyom has losing a position to Jishnu if they are not careful.
Yeah.
And yes, he has lost a position to Jishnu.
No idea what's going on with Vyom. Is it a setup? He did have a lovely race start, but then we couldn't see much of the race because the safety car did come out when they reached turn 2.
Oh, Caesar and a Red Bull. That was
Oh.
Ethan. And I think further behind, Redstone Dub and Shadow Sword exchanging positions.
Oh,
Easy
Caesar
level
spun
bot.
out, and he doesn't have front wing.
Oh my
Oh,
god. And the people who are
I
trying to go all around him, I hope he.
doesn't fight.
I don't
the
think he
people
will.
behind.
But
Yeah. And there is
Basil!
one Red Bull,
That's
Basil losing
Basil.
his front wing as
What
well.
is
What is
happening in
going
this
on? Did he make contact with Ethan or what happened there? Oh, going really
Look at
wide
that.
there, Basil, of course.
This is not good news. There's so many cars in one place. All
Yeah.
good in VFX land, by the way. But Caesar finally pits. And I think Basil will be in the pit as well. Vyom on the back
Wow,
of Jishnu.
lot of people in the
and
pits.
Vyom is going to overtake Jishnu once again. He retakes
Yeah.
P3.
Kimi also overtook Vintage and all that. So yeah, Kimi climbing up those positions now.
And there you go, Azun in P16. And yes, Kosalia and Easy Level Bot have also pitted, so they had a
That
battle.
is
Oh, Epic Brothers!
Epic Brothers in Sector 1. Is
Without a
that
front
gonna
wing.
be a full safety car? That is a full safety car.
That's
Oh
a
my
full
god.
safety car. This is. I think Codemasters are just being trigger happy with these safety cars. Just
Yeah,
little
and
bit
I
of
hope easy level doesn't get impeded by the safety car. Okay, no. The safety car, I must say, AI is stupid in this game. I mean, They don't know if the car is trying to overtake, if they're side by side. They would do anything and everything. Wait. Is the race, is the track dried up?
I think it has,
Yup, it has because
Good.
a Yash on mediums.
Oh, I
And
didn't
look at
even
the
check
track.
that.
Yeah, Basil on mediums as well.
That's why they
Caesar on
pitted.
inters. I don't think that was a right call because
So I think VFX is gonna
the
pit now.
yeah, he should be.
He's racing back to the pits, and he is definitely gonna pit as this. So my prayers have been answered, Smith, and we are going to see a dry race. Although I would have liked some more wet weather running, but you can't always
Yeah,
get what you want. And TBK, Vyom, Vyom is in the pits
everybody
now.
dives into the
Everybody's in the
pits. Yep.
pits. Nubshan as well. Nubshan is going to solve that 5-second penalty, as is Ethan going to do, and everyone is in the pit now. And let's see
Yeah.
what.
Then why did Azun pit earlier on inters? That was
And
was
I don't know
Ferrari
if he. Wait, are you telling me that TBK has taken the lead of the race?
I
He has.
don't think
He
so.
has.
Wait, how?
TBK has taken the lead of the race.
Was Vifix caught up in all the traffic
my God,
inside
it
the
could-
pit lane? Was there
I
a
don't
pit lane
think that's
overtake?
the
Why?
no. I think that's fine because now we have unsafe releases enabled in this lobby,
Okay.
but TBK is on hard, so he can definitely go to the end. 20 laps on those mediums would be asking a bit too much, but I think once again VFX and Vyom and Jishno and everyone else on the mediums are banking on another safety car. But wow, that
Yeah.
has completely changed the complexion of the race. Caesar in the pits
Yeah.
once again.
Let's
For...
look at the tire situation. This has become
Oh my God, has he
interesting.
gone into us again?
What? No.
Caesar.
Wait, what did
Guys,
he fuck up with hards and inters? Sorry for my language, but he did fuck up. Ah,
guys,
shit.
if you're watching, just spam SYFC in the comments. I think everyone would know what that means, but just spam that. What are you doing, Caesar? I mean, yes, it's a game glitch, but you're supposed to take care of it in the MFD. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt him. If the safety car is out for at least one more lap, then it's fine. But if it is not, wow, that's something. And this is the
Yeah.
guy who's in P3 and he's battling for the championship. It's not all over. Remember, 6 rounds to go after this, so plenty of racing to come. And Husram is not racing tonight. Would have been a very good opportunity for him to claw back some points on Hushram and maybe even on VFX if something happens to his teammate. But well, oh, something happened to Ahif, or something really bad happened to Ahif. He has a front wing, but he has lost about 4 or 5 positions there. He's in P19
Might
now.
have spun, yeah.
Yeah, might have spun at the exit of
I have
Spoon.
left the session. I'm gonna quickly send an invite.
Yeah, please do that as the safety car is going to stay out for at least one more lap.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, I can't unfortunately invite him.
Uh, well, that's too bad. Hopefully, he can join back by himself. He should have an invite. And Caesar should be back
Gosalia
in the pits. And Gosalia in the pits. And
Is
that
he
is
going for meet hards?
Yeah, seems
Did
like
he
that.
realize
Or
that?
maybe he has a front wing damage. No, he's going on
He's
hard.
going on
It's
softs.
softs. Okay, then. Completely bamboozled us, Gosalia. But
Yeah.
Caesar finally on those hard tires, so that will comfortably take him to the end.
Yep. Maybe he did that on purpose.
Why? Then he didn't need to pit. He was on inters already. He didn't need to pit if it was on purpose.
No. I mean, yeah, my bad.
I mean, yes,
Yeah,
he
that
didn't
is-
lose any track position by doing this. While now he
Correct.
would have if Yashosala pit and Neshola would have come
Yeah.
out behind him. But he didn't need to pit. He could have just gone on for one more lap on those same intermediate tires. I understand what you're trying to say. He's trying to save tire life.
Yeah.
But then he didn't need to pit at all. Unless he had wing damage, which I didn't really notice. Either way, enough of Caesar bashing. The safety car should be in at the end of this lap, and this will be an interesting battle between VFX and TBK and Vyom
TBK
even.
and Vyom.
Because-
Definitely. Jishnu would be looking for opportunities there.
Yeah, absolutely. As
in
any
podium
smart driver
fights.
would,
Yep.
because TBK on those theoretically slower tires, but that compound will take him to the end. So he would be praying that no one loses a wing, because apparently that is the most likely scenario of getting a safety car out. If someone loses a front wing, you can bet that a safety car will be deployed. But if someone crashes out, it might not. That's how random this game has been the past few weeks. But here we go. Interval is on. Safety car should be in at the end
Did
of this.
yesterday the safety car come out just because of some debris?
Yeah, a few times, yes. There were no crashes. Oh, just
Oh,
almost running
very
into the back.
close. That was TBK
And
absolutely slowing down the entire
Ethan has
field.
lost. Vintage player has lost positions, and it is TBK
I
is really slowing it
haven't
down. Those tires will be
seen.
freezing at this stage,
Yeah.
and now
Has he
TBK
gone
has
now?
gone. Yeah, I think it's gone now. That has gotten a lot of people by surprise. Let's see what Vyom can do on VFix. Vyom gets a really good run, and VFix once again faltering a little at the safety car restart. Look at that weaving going on to get the temperatures up, and Vyom is not close enough. Ahif is going to get a 3 second time penalty. Noobshan is in the pits.
Nufshan is in
Oh
the
no,
pits. What
why is in
happened
the
there?
pits? And multiple people, Ahif and
The
Vintage player
vintage,
also
I
losing
think,
position.
lost a couple of positions. Yeah.
And Azun into P12 already, Smith. Remember, he was last.
Yep.
All right, let's what's going on behind. You are Lethan on the back of Bharat, who has just yielded that position to him. Not sure what happened there. Vintage player and Ahif still
Vintage and
battling.
Ahif.
Oh, Ahif
Ahif's
is ghosted.
losing a couple
Yeah,
of positions.
yeah, he's
Okay.
ghosted. He's still not within.
Oh, yes. But behind, easy level, Basil and Yash Gosalia fighting for that P60 or P15 now.
And look at VFX so close within 2 tenths of TBK. So this
Yeah.
is not helping VFX right now, but he will have to get.
Oh, Vifix. Okay,
Yeah, that
now
was
he
not.
gets a good exit. Okay.
Yeah, but that was not great through the middle part of the spoon corner, and Vyom is very, very close. Let's ride on board with Vyom once again, but VFX might be making a move at the end of the towards the chicane, or is he going to wait?
I
VFX,
think he's gonna wait maybe until the DRS is open.
yeah,
Or
that's
maybe
likely, but
until
at the same
TBK
time,
makes a mistake.
yeah, that's likely, but at the same time, VFX has to be careful of Vyom behind, and if it takes too long, Vyom might pounce on him. Just check if you can send
Yeah.
another invite to Ahif once again, Smith. While we continue
Yep.
on to this battle, and Vyom is once again very close. Jishnu is, well, he's just only 6 tenths away, but it feels like he's a little bit slow right now compared to the top three. And look at Oxidized Rage doing very well in P5. Easy level bot and Basil exchanging positions, and it's Basil up in front.
That
Bharat losing
is
more positions.
one of the Merc losing a lot of
Yeah, that's
positions. Has
Bharat.
he spun there?
Yeah, Bharat has spun down into
Yeah.
P18, which will soon
18
become
now.
P19.
And he spins again. Unfortunate there. He took the inside curve and. Okay.
Noobshan has just exited the pits on hard tires, so that has been a race to forget for him so far. But still, 18 laps to go in this one. Anything could happen. We might see another safety car pretty soon. Bharat spins
Has spun
again.
again. Yeah. I think it's his tires now. It's he needs to calm down and
Yeah,
not
needs to
rev
just.
high.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I
here
think
is VFX
Shadow
once
just-
again on the back of Shadow Sword. DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap. Vintage player and Basil exchanging positions, but we have to stick with this battle. Something
is
has
Bharat.
happened.
It's
Oh my
Bharat
God,
again.
Bharat.
Not having the best of moments there. One of those mocks. I hope it doesn't happen tomorrow. And
I hope it
looks
does.
sunny.
Here we go once again. VFX, I don't think he's close enough. He'll be behind DBK for one more lap, and let's see what's happening behind. Can Yash Kosalia get the
Close.
better of Basil?
In all this, we have forgotten Redstone and Quick Killer, who have climbed 9 positions each.
Oh, a
In
yellow
10
flag.
laps.
Yellow flag. It's not a safety car yet.
Yeah,
And-
that was Basil. Basil has spun.
Oh, Basil has
Oh.
spun. And
Oh, what happened there?
oh,
Arya
TBK!
just.
TBK completely lost it and has lost 3 positions. Is off the podium now, just as the exit of the second
Oh,
corner, and that gifts the lead of the race to Vfix. And this is
yep.
not good news for TBK. Shadow Sword is round, and he's completely lost his front wing. It's a safety car. There you go. Another front wing loss. Another safety car. All's good
Oh,
in the land of Codemasters here. And Shadow Sword.
wait. Why did Gosalia just let Shadow go
I
ahead?
think
I
they
have
are just
no
sorting
idea.
out. I think they're just sorting out those positions because the game might have given an illegal overtake to Yasko Salia.
Makes sense.
But
But remember this, because TBK, though he spun, he doesn't need to pit really. While Jishnu, Vyom, and Vifix, they need to pit on those hards or
yeah, unless
maybe
they are going to do a
mediums
Sid
later.
Venkatesh, but I don't
Yeah,
really think they
Vifix
can.
pits.
Yeah, Vifix pits.
I
Vyom
think he
stays out.
realizes it's time for hards.
Yeah, so TBK
Mediums
will.
definitely not doing, I think, 16 laps, but
Yeah, I agree with
he
you.
wouldn't even have another set of mediums, I believe.
No, he won't. So he'll have to
Game
go on
gives
those
you only
hearts.
one.
And there you go, Vfix on the hards. And he's gonna lose position. Azun on those mediums, that would take him to the end of this race, I think. Maybe. Caesar.
It would be a stretch. Maybe he'll have to bank for safety cars to stretch his tire life. But yeah,
Yeah, but he's banking on that safety cars to come. As let's just face it, there are going to be more safety cars in this race. I think that's just a fact at this point rather than a prediction. But
yeah.
he's
This is a third one, so yeah.
he's I think this is the second one, maybe. Not sure. Oh, what was that? Basil, the streak of that Red Bull, and he's not lost any positions, but he was completely off the track for a moment. I think he might have just taken his eye off the screen or something, but he just completely went into the gravel, and thankfully, I think no damage done. VFix out in P10, by the way, so he has plenty of overtaking to do when the likes of Epic Brothers, Kimi, and Ethan and Quick Killer are not going to pit anytime soon. But I remember way back in season 5, Smith, when VFX and Sumer were battling for the title. VFX had an incident with Sumer, lap 1, both of them were dead last. And then VFX did win the race. Imagine winning a race while being last on the field. Can only happen in IRL, I believe. But yeah, that was one
Anything
of
can
those.
happen at either. Vix can go from leading this championship to maybe not leading this championship. Someone else winning it. Anything can happen. Yeah.
Yep. So plenty of racing still to go, and I think we'll have one more lap under the safety car before we finally go racing again. So what's on the mind of Vyom and Jishnu now? Are they going to stretch those mediums and try to go on to the softs? Maybe
That would be a
lap
big
20 or
stretch.
something? Well, those mediums are what 6 laps right now, and if they go 8 more laps, that will take them to lap 20. I hope the softs can last those 7 laps, but again, because this is Japan, it will be so difficult for them to make up those lost positions. So it's going to be tough, and maybe VFX has made the right call to bite the bullet right now and lose those track positions, but at least stay along with the rest of the field under the safety car,
Yep.
because you never know when the next safety car is going to be deployed. So if it is not at the right window for the top two, they might have to pit under green flag conditions, which is going to hurt their races. So either ways, I think Bharat is going to also catch up. So will Noobshan. So that brings Noobshan back into the race as well. He had a really good start, or had a couple of incidents with Ethan, I think, which got him that 5 second penalty. But he had to pit, and is on those mediums, which is not sure why he pitted from those hards to the mediums, but that's his call. And
Bharat spins.
again,
Yes.
I think that's been number 4 for him in as many laps.
Yep.
Do you think it's a setup? Maybe he's a quick
Could
driver.
be because unfortunate. I mean, even if he's loaded wet setup, it's high downforce, so he shouldn't be spinning like this. I have no clue what rear wings he's running or what suspension he's running. But yeah,
Not really sure what's
but
troubling
I hope
him,
he
but
catches up, and
yeah, I think he'll catch
he
up
will.
in.
He will. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll catch up easily. Uh, Someone in the comments saying this is more interesting than the real life F1.
Actual
I
F1.
completely agree. League racing definitely more interesting, and because Bharat took some time to catch up, I think safety car is going to stay out for one more lap.
I
Oh,
don't
it's
think
in!
so. Safety car is in this lap.
It is such a late call by
Never
Codemasters.
underestimate the
Yeah,
safety car.
Codemasters, I know. Here we go. Vyom has spared.
Has
Has
gone.
he? He's
Yep.
gone now. Oh, Kimi has lost positions. Kimi has lost
He
positions and
has, but
TBK on
Oxidize
the
is
back.
caught up in all
Look
that.
at TBK. Look at TBK on the back of Jishnu. What a brilliant restart from
Oh,
TBK.
they did make contact, and
Uh,
TBK sticks
is
that
up.
move. Jishnu comes back, but okay, he decides to stay there.
And VFX has lost a position to Epic Brothers, I think, because he was directly behind Kimi. But
Yeah,
now there is
maybe
Epic
cold
Brothers
tires.
between them. Maybe Cold Ties. Azun has lost a position to Shadow Sword. So Azun not making good
Azul.
use of that
Yeah,
safety car
fallen back to
restart.
P17. He was P12 at one point, so yeah.
Yeah, he did, but then he had to pit. Oh, there's a yellow flag somewhere, and that's Bharat once
Bharat.
again. Quick Killer losing a position and almost lost his car as well, but now is fine. Is running in P7, and let's see what Jishnu can do on
Oh,
TBK.
redstone on Oxidize, okay. Not there.
Here we go, Jishnu on TBK. Jishnu is very close, and he will have the tire advantage for the next few laps.
Basil overtakes
Basil
Caesar
and
there.
what happened to Caesar?
And
Shadow
Shadow
Sword.
overtakes Ahir.
Oh, what is happening? Shadow Sword and
Azun
Caesar. Shadow Sword and
overtakes.
Caesar. Oh my God!
Azun
This
overtakes Ahif. Gosalia overtakes. Okay, he doesn't. But now he does. What is happening to Ahif there?
Epic Brothers
And that
DNF.
is
Is that a safety
DNF.
car? Is that a
I think
safety
it would be.
car? And now it is
Yep,
safety
that
car.
is.
Vyom. Is he going to pit? What is Vyom doing? Oh, yeah, I think he might be reacting to the Delta. Come on,
Delta.
Vyom. Come on, Vyom. Come on, Vyom. Pick up the pace.
That I have
What was
no
that?
idea.
He
What
was
happened?
stationary on the track there, Vyom, for a
Yeah.
while. I hope that was
Maybe
reacting to
he
the
had that
Delta,
Delta.
but
Yeah.
Jishnu has pitted, by the way, so he has reacted and he has decided enough is enough. He's not going to take those mediums to the end, and Vintage Player Easy Level bought in the pits as well. But this has been a very, very weird race so far, and there are battles happening and people losing positions. Redstone Duff has lost his car.
Spun. Oh no. He had gained so many positions and he was on hard tires, so he doesn't have to he doesn't need to pit. Unfortunate there from him.
Yeah, that's
Vifix
not going to help
on
him at all.
P7.
Yeah,
So
Vifix has.
I mean he's de facto P3 right now and on fresher softs than TBK and Oak Oxidize. I think Kimi, Quick Killer, Ethan, Vyom might have to pit at some point. Because as far as I remember,
Not sure about TBK,
medium
but
tires,
Vyom definitely has to pit.
not TBK, my bad, my bad. Vyom, Ethan, Quick Killer, Kimi needs to pit.
Yep.
So does Basil. Let's see though.
It's just getting too many. I think we might need to change the safety car frequency to reduced now. Although the last time we did that, we had 5 safety cars in Britain. So I don't even know how Codemasters.
It is weird because when you play single player, there is no safety car even if you put it on increased.
Yes, yes. And
Yeah,
enter.
here we are in league race. And safety car needs to be more smarter. I mean, right now, it can come in. It doesn't need to stay out of another lap. Everybody has caught up. So there is no debris as well. There is no car at the side. What is this artificial towing Epic Brothers car or whatever? So
Right, so you can see that brilliant Ferris wheel, which is probably providing entertainment to the people who have paid for it. But yeah, that side pod of the Red Bull looks very dirty for some reason, as if it has collected a lot of grass and gravel. I'm spectating Ethan right now, But
Wow.
let's see. We fixed down in P7, Caesar down in P10, and Caesar hasn't looked himself this race, I must tell you. Uh, just pace wise and losing positions, and I'm not sure what's really going on with him. But this is not a good race for him so far, and let's hope he can
Yep.
pick up the pace. As he's on the hard pass as well, so he will gain a few positions when those medium runners eventually pit. So he still
Yeah.
can be within a shot of the podium if he plays his cards right, but he has to ensure he doesn't get tangled up in any more incidents. Oxidized Rage, meanwhile, he is de facto P2, Smith. He's on
Yep.
hards, it's going to the end, and yeah, if he keeps out of trouble rather,
I mean,
he
he's
will.
P3 already, and if Vyom and TBK gets caught up in battle, if they spin out, he goes P1 there. He is maybe looking for that opportunity. He knows Vyom and TBK are the ones who has had, I think, most penalties combined this entire grid. I feel.
It's
Maybe you
very
might
well
have,
could be. Yeah,
yeah, you might be
yeah.
having more info on this, but yeah, this is what I feel.
I actually
Meanwhile,
don't. But
Bharat,
we have an explanation from Bharat that he had rear wing damage, which is why we're spitting. Noob Shan, what did you
oh,
do?
did he?
Ah.
Okay,
We
never
has kept
mind.
his car running, and he has his front wing intact. He spun. I hope he doesn't have
Yeah,
damage, and I hope he
would
can catch
that
up.
be another safety car?
No, I
But
don't think so.
actually, I don't think so because, like I said, last time safety car doesn't care anymore. They're like, I'm done with 2 laps. I'll be in. You catch up.
Yeah,
You don't catch up. That's not up to me. So
yeah, but I think he'll catch up. No problem with that. Uh, Safety car.
don't tell me it's gonna give a call right. Oh my
Oh
god!
my
I told
god.
you, this safety car doesn't care enough, and I think okay, Vyom is taking it to the line. TBK really feisty, side by side with Vyom already.
And
I think.
he has good straight line speed as well. TBK and View might just get
Oh,
collected. Oh,
this is what
TBK is
Oxidize is
round.
looking at. Oh my god, what happened there?
TBK is round. Oh,
TBK
TBK
has.
completely round. He's just not in the
Yep,
race anymore. And Oxidize
yep.
has lost a position. No, no, he has gained one
He
on.
has gained one. He did
Yeah, he
not
was
lose
directly
any.
behind. Yeah,
Quick Killer could have been caught up in all that. But yeah, he keeps his car on track and
and one
keeps
more
his
position
position there.
for VFX to pick up. So he's now into P6. He's slowly edging his way towards the top half or
Top
the
five, yep.
top five. And he's P2 right now. There's a spinner. I think that's
That
still
is
TBK.
TBK. Yeah.
And let's see what VFX can do. So VFX, the only person on the same strategy as him is Shadow Sword and Caesar battling once
Shadow on
again.
Caesar, Caesar on Shadow. What is going on?
And Basil is ghosted in between. Caesar stays ahead for now, but let me go on board with Jishnu to see what's happening. Let me go on board with Shadow to see what's happening. Shadow has sent URL Basil into the realm because of that contact, and let's see what Basil can do on Caesar. Is Basil going to go for a move here? It's
Oh,
very
really
close,
close. I think
and
he might dive inside or outside there. On Caesar, he does. And he goes really wide. What? That was bad. Okay. He loses 3 positions doing that.
yeah, well,
Uh,
he completely misses breaking point. Caesar lives to fight another day, but look at Shadow just catching him hand over fist.
they make
And
contact there. No. Oh my god, that was a
Jishnu!
spin. Jishnu was caught up in all that. Really unfortunate. He loses his front wing as well.
What?
Oh,
I want to know what setup Caesar is using. He cannot be this slow. He cannot be
Basil
this
with no
slow.
front wing. Oh, it was Basil
Oh.
who lost his front wing and not Jishnu.
No, it was Jishnu because look at.
No. Basil doesn't have front wing. Jishnu
Yeah, but the
has.
Jishnu did run into the back of Caesar and Shadow Sword when they were battling through turn one. Might not have lost his front wing, but definitely lost a few positions. Meanwhile, URL Ethan is on the back of on the back of Extradite Rage,
Yep.
and he's trying to go for a move as fast as he can. Doesn't want to lose too much time to Vyom because him and Vyom are on the same strategy, and Kimi is fast approaching as well. So we'll stay with this fight when Ethan and Oxidized Rage. And I want to see if Ethan waits until 130R or is he going to pull out and go for a move. Oh, this is so close.
I think he waits. Oh, he's literally pushing, it seems. Literally pushing.
So they're going to stay like this for one more lap at least. And look at Vyom's advantage. 3 laps, 3 seconds already. But here goes Ethan now. Very good run out of the final corner. And it's going to be easy for him to make that move. Oxidize cannot really fight it, and he does not, and settles for P3. Meanwhile, VFX on the back of Quick Killer. Quick Killer is continuing to frustrate him, and VFX will have to spend this entire sector behind Alfa Romeo. Let's continue on board with VFX to see what kind of lap times he's doing. Tanishq has put
with the fastest lap,
fastest lap on those hards, so that's the pace he had, but twice he has hurt his own race tonight, once when he was leading and once under the safety car restart. So that's not good news for him.
Is losing some pace on Ethan. So
so
but
those
both
medium
has voice P3 P4, so that's
so those medium tires are still quite competitive, it seems, because Oxidize is losing so much pace. And look at Kimi, who has quickly caught up to the teammate of his. So hopefully Oxidize does not fight him too much, because Kimi needs to pit anyway. Oxidize is probably going to the end. But here goes Kimi. I think he's still a little bit behind, but once again, just like Ethan, is pushing his teammate
on Quick Killer, and they almost make contact. So that was hard battle, I believe. And Redstone on Vifix now. Okay, he decides to stay there, but now DRS is open. DRS is enabled for everybody. Kimi overtakes Oxidize.
Yes, he does. Kimi is through his teammate. Vifix is battling Quick Killer, and Quick Killer is still giving him a hard time. Vifix has the inside line for the next corner.
Amazing exit by Vifix, but he had to concede that corner.
He's thinking about the championship as well.
What a switcheroo he tries. And in all that, Shadow is also trying a move on the Redstone just behind them. So, I mean, there are a lot of battles happening. Yash Gosalia again very close to Caesar there. Ahif is also very close to easy level, who's trying to overtake him. So there are a lot of close battles happening.
Yeah, quite a few close battles, but this one between Quick Killer.
Oh man, that guy had such a amazing race the entire time, and one spin after the hairpin puts him to P13, and he might have to retire.
That's going to be a safety car, isn't it? That's definitely going to be a safety car. Is it not? Wow, okay. And Easy Level Bot gets a 5-second time penalty. Yes, Kosalia is on the back of
That
Caesar.
is not a safety car.
Apparently not. And
okay, weird, but there we go on board with Redstone, who is very close to Vifix. He might... Oh, Vifix gets an amazing exit.
And look at Shadow Sword so close to Redstone.
Shadow Sword, yeah.
Shadow Sword
he now does it on the inside. What a dummy move by him. Of course, he's gonna make it stick. And now, Vifix really needs to catch up to Oxidize.
Which I think he will by the end of this lap. Once he's finally into clean air and can just think about the people ahead rather than people behind. He will put pedal to the metal, and let's see what Shadow Sword's showing good pace once again on those mediums. So 7 more laps to go on those mediums. I'm not sure that's possible. And I think
Redstone gets an amazing exit. I think he might be making the move. He doesn't, but he might be. Oh, okay. But there are battles happening like for literally almost every position.
Yeah, just behind them. Gosalia on Caesar, exactly.
On Shadow. Oxidize gradually catching up with Kimi. So basically, I guess mediums have now started to fall, or they would start falling in next couple of laps at least. So
Yeah, probably next few laps because let's remember there were a lot of laps under the safety car.
Under the
So
safety car,
while you
yeah.
see those 14 laps on those mediums, they have not done 14 racing laps.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
half
there's
of
still
those were
10
under
or
the safety
11.
car.
Yeah.
Let's see, Shadow Sword on Reds,
Redstone on Shadow,
Redstone
yep.
on Shadow Sword, but I don't think Redstone is close enough for Easy. He has DRS,
Yeah. Yeah, but his battery, its
and
lights are already blinking, so he needs some battery conservation over there.
yeah, and I think I've finally figured out Caesar's setup. If I'm not wrong, the theory I have is that Redstone, you can look at this first sector. Redstone is going to stay with him and is going to get very close to him. But after the run to the 130R and to the final chicane and on the main straight, Caesar is pulling away. So he's
But
running
I
a
don't really
setup.
see Caesar is losing time here as well.
Yeah,
He lost
he
two tenths
will.
on.
Here he will lose time, but if he keeps it together, just see the kind of gap you will on the back straight and on the main straight. That's where it's getting difficult for Gosala to stick with him. But this time he's very close. He's going to go for a dive. He's trying to go around the outside of Caesar. Caesar gives him space, and let's see if Gosala can get him on traction. He's not, but he's tucked in behind. His slipstream is so close, almost pushing his way through and touching his gearbox. And he will have to stick behind for one more lap at least, or for a few more corners.
Yeah,
Caesar
and in all
extending.
that, Vifix has caught up with Oxidize,
Yes,
and
Vikas has
Oxidize
caught
has
up.
caught up with Kimi, so that is gonna be under DRS chain. But Vifix showing some crazy speed. He's gained 8 tenths in just 3 corners. So
Let's see if
I
Oxidize
guess
does
that is
not have
some.
DRS. Oxidize does
Oh,
not
he
have
doesn't.
DRS, so we fix. It should
Oh,
be an
so
easy
Vifix
move
could be
for
making the
him.
move. That should be easy, and it is until of course Oxidize decides to fight, which he doesn't. So yeah, that is a position
And look at
gained by
that.
Vifix.
Caesar 4 tenths, 5 tenths was the gap on the main straight, and Yash Kusale had DRS on him. So Caesar is probably running a low down for setup, which is allowing him to stay ahead of his
Yep.
competitors on the straights. But in the corners is where he's losing time. But it's fine as long as he keeps his track position. But it also means he's not able to catch up to Redstone.
Yeah,
And
but there's a huge DRS chain forming behind him. So I mean, while he's not gaining position, he's also not conceding. So that's I guess good for
yeah,
him.
and look at that VFX now within earshot of Kimi. So next time we are on the main straight, I think VFX might be making a move on the Haas driver.
Yep, we could be seeing those moves.
And there is someone in the comment section which I assume is Jin from the profile picture I see. If you can let us know, Mr. Mech Basketball, that would help us. But on board with VFix, and I'll stay on board with him until turn 1 to see if VFix can make this move stick on Kimi, who has just about gotten into that 1 second window. But I don't think Kimi will have DRS. VFix
He
deploying
doesn't,
all
but
the
Vifix,
battery, and
some
he is going
amazing
to
exits
sail
he's having.
past. Yeah, and he's going to sail past Kimi. Oh, and Kimi almost ran into the back of him.
Almost, yeah. But he does concede the position, and Vifix is now into podium positions. So
Yes, he's
yeah,
already into
and
the
he's
podium
already
position.
caught up with Ethan there. And Ethan lights are blinking, so he doesn't have any battery there.
Yeah, he doesn't. So I think next lap is when VFix is going to make a move on Ethan. He's that fast. And those medium tires now, Smith, we are.
Yeah.
Oh! Basil.
Basil, that was Basil. Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
Basil.
that was Basil. Is fine now.
I mean,
all right. So what I'm saying, Smith, is we are on lap 23 of 27. Pretty sure. Oh, Shadow Sword!
wait, Shadow. I don't know
No
if
front
there was any
wing. That might
contact.
be a safety car, because there's no front wing. But it's
Oh,
lap
please,
23.
no safety car over here.
It's lap 23 of
No
27.
safety car, thank God.
And I think Vyom and Ethan are going to the end. So
At this point, yeah, they shouldn't be pitting. Ethan again with no battery there, so that would be very simple for I guess Vifix. I guess he's overtaken him much before that. Was that tactical by Ethan to get DRS, or
maybe, but I don't think it's going to
and
work
Basil
out.
with 5 seconds? Basil retired from the session into
I
the
think
pits,
that's
so
in
that
the
is fine.
pits.
Yeah.
And here is Kimi on the
Look at
back,
Kimi.
and he's going to overtake
That
him.
is
Wow.
that is what happens when you don't have battery. I mean,
Oh, but here goes
oh, but
Ethan,
he
who's
had to
fighting back. And
he went
Azun
too
and Yash
wide,
Kosalia
Kimi.
have. Oh, Azun has gone wide there, and Yash Kosalia keeps his
Yep.
P8. Azun and Ahif are battling, but Azun keeps his P9 as well. So these are causing all sorts of problems behind him. And I think VFX will have DRS on the next lap on Vyom. So
Definitely he will, because he's already under 1 second and he is catching up at what rate? Look at that. It's the medium tires are now dying. They just need to take it to the end, because no point pitting right now and losing all those positions.
And I think Vyom would be smart to not fight VFX a lot, because
Yeah.
it's a lost cause, and he should, or he would rather take the P2 rather
Yeah,
than
his fight is not with
battling.
Vifix at this moment. It is with Ethan, who is in P3 right now.
Absolutely. So let's see what Vyom does, but a lap 25 overtake seems to be on the cards. As Mr. Mech Basketball is enjoying the close racing, but let us know who you are. I'm pretty sure you are Jin, but I don't want to make that assumption too many times and then get embarrassed. But here we go, VFX on the
Vifix
back of Vyom.
already in under 3 tenths, 4 tenths off Vyom and Vifix getting decent exits, but Vifix with DRS wide open on the inside of Vyom. Very simple between both the Ferraris. I mean, TBK is mini Ferrari there. So yeah,
TBK
that
almost
is P1 for Vifix. So
got in the
what
between
what
of
a race.
that. Azun got very close to Yash Kosalia, but Azun still remains behind in P9, so that's where he probably is going to finish tonight. Kimi
Oh
has
no!
what?
Someone spun there. Was that TBK or TBK with no front wing at all? How much does he want to push on those fresh softs? He's trying to get the fastest lap, but I mean, this is not the way, I believe.
Yeah, well, you'll be surprised.
But never mind.
All right, so Kimi on
And
the back of
Ethan's light
Ethan.
blinking again.
I think we might have a good battle for the podium here, and Oxidizes is not far behind, and he is on tires which are more durable at this point. Probably
Yep.
more faster, probably faster at this point. There's another yellow flag. I think that's TBK again.
That's TBK, yep.
All right.
That's
and
not
he
going to be a
has
safety
no
car for
bad-
sure. So yeah.
Yep. And look at VFX, 2.2 seconds in 2 sectors. That's the gap he has pulled on Vyom. Kimi very, very close, and I have just concluded that Mr. Mech Basketball is Jin.
Yeah, I think
and
Ethan playing very safe. He's
But
giving
he's-
up this position just to get DRS, but
it didn't work
he
last
doesn't
time.
have battery. So
Let's see if it works this time. It's not gonna work because Kimi has slightly more battle and is gonna stay ahead, and I think he's going to stay ahead for the rest of the race. And yeah, there you go. Gosalia
yeah,
in
Oxidize must be
DRS.
feeling like there's just 2 more laps remaining. He has better tires than Ethan and Kimi. In fact, I'm sure much more battery than Ethan. So he would be really, really frustrated right now.
Oh, Vyom!
Oh, Vyom has
So that
spun.
has
So that is
the battle for the podium has just become a battle for P2 now.
Yeah, I
And-
hope his cars are still intact and no puncture. Okay, no puncture, okay. But that throws him from P2 to P12. 10 positions lost there for him.
Ethan on the back of Kimi. Look how close he is and is using battery at every possible opportunity. You could give
Yeah.
VFX a 5-second penalty, he'll still win this race. And
Yep, Vifix can still do that just to show off.
here we go.
Oh, Ethan using
And let's
all the
not
battery
and let's not
available.
forget Redstone. You know, if something happens to a couple of these drivers, last
Yeah.
lap is fast approaching. Oh, look at that! Look at Oxidized Rage is so close to Ethan. Oxidized Rage.
My God,
he
those
doesn't have a lot of
medium tires
battery
would be
either.
crying
And
right
he's spitting.
now, and he's the
spitting.
pits.
He's spitting. Why is he
What?
spitting? Oh my God! Redstone top. Look at that. Redstone top and Oxidized are going to battle it out for P3. And these D2 reserves are making life really difficult for the D1 full-time drivers, but Oxidized Race is going to stay in P3. Redstone Dub is going to stay
Oh,
in
Vyom
P4.
has retired in pits.
Oh, and something has happened to Kimmy. Something has happened to Kimmy. Yes, has
No,
he?
no, Kimmy's all
Oh,
good.
oh
Oh,
my
wait, what
God!
happened there to Redstone? Did he
It just
glitch or
glitched.
something?
Yeah, it just
Oh,
glitched.
man.
Redstone just glitched, but Haas is P2, P3. What a brilliant result for them. Let me know when VFix is about to cross the finish line. We need to still cover him. What a brilliant race he has driven.
Oh, yeah.
And Deja Vu, Yash
Oh,
Kosalia has
oh,
lost
oh, oh, oh.
positions.
Oh, no,
No front
Kosalia.
wing. No front wing. Yash Kosalia. Here we go.
Yeah, but
Oxidized Kimi. This is the last time they will battle. And is it going to be a double podium for Haas, or is it going to be a surprise podium for Redstone, who is close behind in his Alpine? Let's see what Oxidized does.
none
Red
of the
light blinking for
drivers
everyone.
have battery. It's only
And
Kimi who has some of the battery, and even he doesn't now. So it's just a drag
And
race
here we
until
go,
the end
VFX
now.
for once again. He's gonna win this race in Japan. It was an easy peasy
Yep.
race for him once he overtook a few drivers, but the Haases are going to tumble down through the final corner, and it's a double podium for Haas for Kimi and Oxidized Redstone in P4. Caesar
Yep.
caused a lot
Caesar
of
in
problems for
P5.
people behind
Azun
in
P6.
P5.
What a
Azun
lovely.
P6, not surprised at all. The McLaren's
Yep.
round up P7 and P8. Noobshan is is just stationary on the track. I think he's gonna get disqualified pretty soon unless he keeps moving now. He's doing donuts.
I mean, I vote for a league ban, but okay.
And now he finishes. He'll get 1 point for his troubles. Shadow Sword is going to finish in P13. And then
Quick Killer. He
Quick Killer.
had gained so many positions.
On lap 1, I remember.
Nah, I mean, until I think lap 15, he was P5. He was fighting with Caesar for, sorry, with Vifix for P6. But very unlucky season for him.
Alright, so Ethan had puncture. So did
Oh,
Vyom on the
now it
last
makes
lap.
sense.
Those medium tires just gave up. Right, so we have VFX, Kimi, and Oxidize on the podium. Smith, if you can get these gentlemen into the party chat, we'll have a quick podium interview with them, and then we'll be on the way. And of course, it starts raining in Park Ferme. Typical F. That's the realism you wanted.
Malav, I don't think I have Kimi added.
All right, let me see if I can add him to the party. Have you added VFX and Oxidize?
Yeah, I have. But running through the grid, Vifix, what a drive, finishing P1, Kimi P2, Oxidize P3, Redstone P4, Caesar P5 with all that, Azun P6 slamming up those positions, and okay. I guess we have.
Yes, I think Oxidize is here. Smith, can you hear us? We just completely lost your voice.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I was taking to the grid, but unfortunately, I think everybody readied up. So the timer went off while I was inviting other guys. But Azun P6, Ahif P7, Easy Level P8, Gosalia P9. Unfortunately, he's been there. Vintage P10, Ethan P11, Nubshan, stupid P12, Shadow P13, Quick Killer P14, and I guess everybody after that DNF. So yeah.
All right, so I think Oxidize is here. Oxidize, can you hear us? Yes, Oxidize, what a race. Talk us through your experience of racing with this very fast D1 drivers and your strategy to pit under that safety car and taking the hearts to the end. How did that play out for you? Clearly it did, but what was your tire wear like towards the end?
Aha.
Oh, is this your first D1 race? Wow, and what
So
a
it's time we
results.
promote him, Malav.
So I think, yeah, that's what I was going to say, that if that is not enough proof that you belong in D1,
Yeah,
I
he
don't
didn't
know.
even check MFD, so that's enough proof, I guess. I mean, that is confidence or that is stupid. Now you guys decide.
I think that's confidence, and
That is
so
confidence,
I've
and
I've
we
heard of that saying called ignorance is bliss. Is bliss. So I
can't hear
think,
Oxidize, by the way. So Oxidize, can you
oh
just once again check?
yeah,
Thanks,
while
Vintage, for that.
yep, while we do that, I'm not sure if Kimi is here, but VFix, if you can ensure that we can hear you on the stream as well. Oxidize, are you? Have you done the necessary setting changes? All right, if someone can
Yeah,
just.
Vintage, you can hear me. Can you confirm? That would be nice.
All right, when someone does that, Oxidize, if you can just start with your response once again for people who hopefully can hear you now. Uh, oh, you still can't hear Oxidize.
Can't hear him yet.
Right, we'll come back to you, Raj. And all right, so moving on to VFX now, our race winner. And VFX Deja Vu, because you had to fight your way through the field once again. Once again, you are on the top of the podium. Talk us through your race and that decision to pit under the safety car for hard tires and going to the end, even if it meant losing track position at that
Nah,
point
he
in
he
time.
in fact put it on mediums. Then he later put on hards. So yeah.
Yeah,
But again,
yeah. I mean, this just Malav. How many times is Malav and Smith? I think you both should know. I think you're both sing. I think both of you are responsible for some things going wrong for me at this track on at least one occasion. But yeah.
well,
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a comfy quali. I'd say pressure was off, really, because certain people went driving. So, I mean, I think pole was the minimum. And then, yeah, I had a feeling that it might rain in the beginning of the race because I was only it said 59% chance of rain, but it said sunny as well. So that was a bit confusing. So did have to like bump up the rear wing a bit. Um, so probably helped me in quali though, honestly. So I'll take that. And then in terms of the race, yeah, I mean the original plan was to just go on mediums, build up a big advantage because I was leading, and then just come out on hards, and then my work would basically be done because I'd either force people into what did end up happening anyway because of the safety cars. The guys on the mediums weren't able to build the who didn't pit weren't able to build a gap to anyone because of this constant safety cars. So in the end, the strategy did kind of play out. But I for some reason my car just stopped in pit lane on my medium tire. The first stop I did, and it let TPK's car go through, which I don't even know why, because I'm pretty sure unsafe pit release is always on in online
Yes,
logins.
exactly. We are
So
wondering how he ended up ahead of you, and that's what I was saying to Smith, that
yeah,
unsafe
but
pit release is on, and I don't know how you lost that position to
yeah, I don't
yeah,
know,
TDK.
just Codemasters being Codemasters, I guess.
Codemasters.
But yeah, then there was some like interesting things at the first safety car restart as well. I must point that out because doing burnouts to start as a leader. I mean, I respect the decision to go for that, but I don't know whether the stewards will respect it as much. But yeah, then from then on, I think it just became a thing on how when those medium tires were gonna drop off, and I had to be really patient because I was in this like 5-man train ahead of me, all on like mediums. and it's really difficult to overtake at Suzuka, even if you build a rocket ship for the straights, because you still have to hang on in the corners. And honestly, until even with like 5 laps to go, I think I was just aiming for a podium or something, and then the tires just fell off like so much to the to that point. And then I think Ethan and Vyom even ended up puncturing their tires. So that's a shame for those guys because it was a really bold strategy call, and I think they did deserve something off of this race. But yeah, that kind of made the job easier. I was kind of really locked in for P3, but then I think if you saw it was dropping off to the point where I think Ethan wasn't even taking 130R flat out because I just overtook him uh, at the
Yeah.
exit of that corner. So yeah, I mean it's a shame that it dropped off, but that's the reason why I pit because I think my tire wear was even worse than those guys. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You can't do 20, 22 laps on mediums, even with a couple of safety cars.
yeah,
They
it's a
needed one
very
more
it's a
safety car for that,
Yeah, it's a
which
very
they,
abrasive. It's a very
yeah,
abrasive surface here. So like plus we went from wet to dry conditions. So we needed to not only we needed to rubber the track in as well. And there were so many safety cars. So that's gonna accelerate the tire wear. But yeah, overall, I think what happened last week in Singapore, I was really devastated uh, about that because that was basically the same story as here, but without the overtaking to get back to P1. Uh, so yeah, pretty happy. I think that's 50 plus 1 now. So we counted on the podium chart. So I'll take it, increase the lead. I think Alpha Tauri as a constructor, I think more than 100 points ahead now. So that's also good. Shout out to Caesar. Had a good race given he had no practice. So yeah,
Yeah,
good
no
job.
practice, no setup for Caesar. And thank you, VFix, for that very detailed podium interview, which lasted more than your race itself. But congratulations
Yeah.
on that podium, on that win, and extending the championship lead to Hushraf as you go into the next round in Japan for round 11. But
No, it's
that's it
France.
from.
It's
Oh,
France,
not
Marlo.
Japan,
You
it's
said you
France.
just
We
said
had Japan tonight. I'm so sorry.
yeah.
I'm
It's
clearly
just
tired and
I think
very
it's just a PTSD from the last time we were in
from
France.
last night. Yeah, I know. I know it from last night. My driving was that horrendous. But either ways, thank you everyone for sticking around until this late and hearing this monologue from VFX. We'll see you next weekend in France, Paul Ricard Circuit for Division 2 race on Fridays as usual, Division 1 on Saturdays. Until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. VFX, I know you have a shout out towards the end, so I'll give you the last word.
Yeah. As usual, shout out to LOS. Round 4 coming up this week on Wednesday, same time
advertise,
as the
advertise.
IRL,
Cut this, cut this.
and hashtag justice for
Cut,
Hershey
cut.
in the comment section right now. Justice for Hershey right there.
This I should have
Aston
cut.
Martin boy. But yeah.
Anyways, all right, guys. Bye bye. Take care. Enjoy the race tomorrow morning.